Vegan baked spaghetti. This got to be one of my top 2 recipes, and I think spaghetti number 1. Welcome back to another video. As you read from that title, we'll be making some vegan baked spaghetti. Like I said, me and my baby love this, so I'm starting off with some coconut aminos into the bowl. I'm doing 4 tablespoons of that. I'm also doing 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. We're gonna do some garlic powder, onion powder, some smoked paprika, and a little bit of cumin, and also some nutritional yeast. Do not forget that nutritional yeast. Give it a nice little mix, and this is going to make our paste. I believe this time I did add about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning as well. Give that a nice little mix until it looks like that, okay? Y'all already know. If you don't, okay, tofu is that girl. I'm tired of telling y'all I love me some tofu because you literally can do anything with it. So we're using 2 blocks of tofu. We're gonna crumble those down into the paste and give it a nice little mix and mix it very, very well. You want to make sure that all of your tofu is coated evenly. We're then going to put that onto a baking sheet. I love to use parchment paper for this because I find that foil sticks, and I'm trying to stop using foil, okay? If you know, you know. Once you put it on the parchment paper, you want to go ahead and kind of spread the tofu out. You don't want it to stick together. If it does stick together, that's fine, because what we're trying to do is kind of dry some of that water out of it, okay? I did not press the tofu though. I just crumbled it straight into the bowl. Next, in a pot, we're gonna go ahead and add some vegetable stock. I'm using about 2 cups. I'm gonna use 2 cups of this and 2 cups of water. I also am gonna be using about a tablespoon or 2 of butter, and then we're gonna cut our veggies. I like to use green bell peppers, red bell peppers, and some yellow onions, so that's what we'll be cutting up. Once we get it chopped up really, really fine, we're gonna go ahead and saute these into a pan. Anytime I'm chopping bell peppers and onions, I like to chop mine really, really fine. And of course, this is how I do it. I just basically take the knife and just chop, 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 chop. Now, I do this because my baby does not really like bell peppers and onions, or so he thinks he doesn't. So if he sees it in a dish, he'll try to pick it out. But if I chop it up really, really fine, he'll eat it, okay? Yeah, kids. So if you have kids, if you're making this for kids, I would definitely recommend doing the same thing, chopping it very small. Like I said, this is optional. You don't have to do it like this. If you like bell peppers and onions and you grown and you're making this for you, or your children like bell peppers and onions and they don't try to pick them out, then of course you don't have to chop them really small. That is optional, but like I said, I just do that for my baby. Once everything is chopped to your liking, we're going to add about a tablespoon of plant butter into a pan, and then go ahead and put our bell peppers and onions in. You want to let these saute down until they become fragrant, okay? I did have to check on our tofu. You want to make sure it's crispy, okay? It's not ready yet. Keep going, all right? Now for the bell peppers and onions, we're also going to be adding about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and give that a nice little mix. You want to let the garlic kind of cook down. While that's happening, we're going to go ahead and add our noodles to the boiling water and then switch over to our sauce. That's the Rayo's brand that I like. I like the tomato and herb. I don't know. That's just what I like. You can get, of course, whatever brand you like, but we'll be seasoning the sauce up as well. Going to be adding some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, parsley, Italian seasoning, of course, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a dash of smoked paprika, and then we're going to add about a cup of vegetable stock. And you want to let this come to a boil and kind of cook down. Once it does, by then, look at your meat, okay? That's how your meat should look when it's ready. We're going to go ahead and add it to the sauce and give that a nice little mix and make sure to mix it all around. Now, if you're making just regular traditional spaghetti, then of course you would stop here. Everything will be ready. I like my meat sauce on top of my noodles. You know, if you like it mixed, then you could take it a step further than mix yours. But I don't like mine mixed. I actually like mine on top. But in this case, we are making baked spaghetti, so we're not stopping here. Okay, I made sure that my noodles were completely al dente, and then we're gonna go ahead and mix everything into the pot. So I drained the water off my noodles. You want to make sure you do that, all the water, okay? And then put your meat in. I am using 2 cheeses. I'm using a vegan cheddar cheese. I'm also using some vegan Parmesan because I find that it tastes really good with the spaghetti. But I took turns with my tongs and also a spoon mixing this all together because I don't know, I just feel like the tongs do something for the noodles, but then the spoon just does something for the sauce. Okay, I don't know, that's just my thought process. You could do it however you like, but go ahead and mix everything all together. Once everything is mixed all together, you want to go ahead and put it into your baking dish. I am using this glass baking dish and I just decided to rake everything inside. This is not greased or buttered or anything, just a regular baking dish. And then we're going to add our same cheeses on top, the vegan cheddar and the vegan Parmesan. Pop this in the oven and let it bake on 400 until the cheese is nice and melted. And voila, when it comes out of the oven, this is what it should be given, okay? This was so delicious, you guys. Oh my God, y'all have to try this recipe. Whether you make regular spaghetti or the baked spaghetti, comment down below. Let me know if you're gonna make it. Let me know how you feel about it. I do wanna thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.